Hey everybody, it's Ron, and today I'm going to be reviewing the first issue of Dune House Atreides from Boom Studios. For those who don't know, this is an adaptation of the first Dune prequel book written by Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson in 1999. I'm actually reading the full novel right now, and I have about 200 pages left, so look for a review of that soon, but obviously it takes about 10 minutes to read a comic, so I'm going to start with this. Now, I know there's a lot of controversy with the Dune prequel books, with Dune fans, and I'm going to get more into how I feel about that when I review the full book, but I will say that this story lends itself more to a comic than, let's say, one of Frank Herbert's books in the Dune saga, because where his writing was more steeped in philosophy, this book takes a different approach and has more action and world building in it. Comics are a visual medium, so this works well. One of my main criticisms of this book is that some of the dialogue is overly spelled out for the reader, and I don't know if they thought the story would be too complicated for new readers to pick up on, but in some panels the characters are literally saying what they're thinking out loud, and I feel like these moments could have been done in a more subtle way. Again, I think the writers might have been nervous that this story would be hard for people new to the Dune universe to understand, so they over-explained some plot points to make it more accessible. Other than that, I did think the pacing of this book was well done, and they did a nice job balancing the three main storylines, starting with Baron on Arrakis, Pardet Kynes on Kytane, and Leto on Caladan. Most Dune fans have already seen Arrakis depicted a bunch of times with professional art or fan art, but it was really interesting to see the other planets fleshed out a bit more in this issue. Some of the character designs were surprising to me, especially the look they came up with for Emperor Elrond. He looks way more menacing than how I pictured him in the book, and that was a welcome surprise. I also thought the bullfighting scene with Duke Paulus on Caladan was pretty spot on from the way I envisioned it in the novel as well. I do wonder what most newcomers are going to think about this if they aren't familiar with the original Dune novels, because I feel like it helps to know at least the first book to understand this world a little better. The art by Dev Pramanik was pretty solid all the way through, and like I said, I did enjoy the design choices he made. I'm excited to see the planet Ix depicted in the next issue, and hopefully we get an introduction to a young Duncan Idaho on Giedi Prime, which is the homeworld of the Harkonnens. The quality of this book was also great, and there's an awesome cover done by Jay Lee. It looks like he did the cover for the next issue as well, so I'm looking forward to that. Even if I hated this book, it still would have been worth it to buy for the cover alone. I would definitely recommend this for Dune fans, even if you don't like the prequel material, because it is still interesting to see a lot of this stuff visualized for once. There's also a preview of the Dune graphic novel in the back of this issue, and it's the part where Duke, Leto, Gurney, and Paul see a sandworm for the first time, which is also looking pretty promising. So be on the lookout for my review of issue 2, and also a full review of the House Atreides novel, which should be my next video. Be sure to like and subscribe if you like this content, and thanks for watching.